Salutations, friends. Welcome back to my channel. I have Carlos from BFL.
Hi there.
He is visiting Florida to visit his mother, and we decided to get together and film some fragrance videos.
Awesome.
So I figured I would choose some of my fragrances in my collection that I really like, that I don't talk about too much, or that most people don't talk about, and just see what you think.
It's very easy for collectors like ourselves to overlook things at times.
And a lot of times, too, when we review fragrances that we're really excited for, but we also review things that you're really excited for.
That you guys want to hear about.
Right, so we might have some fragrances that we might have reviewed but don't talk about too much because you guys want to see something specific, and I like to think that we spoil you guys. So
this is all for you.
Yeah. So these are some fragrances that I really love. Some of them are newer to my collection, some of them are older to my collection. So I'm going to want you to tell me what you think of these fragrances. Honestly, tell me like it is.
Don't hold back?
Don't hold back.
You got it.
All right. So we're going to start off with this fragrance right here. It's Eau My Soul from 4160 Tuesdays, London. I loved this fragrance when I tried it. And so we have little BFL test strips. They're dried down. So Carlos, some of these you smelled, some of these you haven't, but I think you guys could share in the experience with us.
All right. So what's up, Sarah and Christy Long?
I love Christy and love Sarah.
Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Does that go there?
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting.
It was, there was a variety of different notes in this fragrance. It was designed to be kind of reminiscent of a warm group hug.
Okay.
I get a lot of sandalwood and vetiver from there, at least on my skin, but there's like a warm sweetness to it that I really, really like.
It seems woody and with just like a little veil of sweetness around it.
Yeah. What I love about this is there's a lot going on in here, and what I love about Sarah's work is that there's a lot of different notes going on, and instead of it being kind of like a symphony where everything is one note, you can actually kind of pick up on little notes here and there as you wear it, so it's kind of like it's a little different every time, and I really like that.
I like it.
Alright. So this next one is a fragrance that most people try it, love it. This is a flanker to Flowerbomb. This is Rose Explosion, and it's, I don't know if it's discontinued, they rarely have it, I had to hunt this down, but I think I sprayed it on here.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I wasn't supposed to spray that one again.
Yeah, but it's fine. This one actually...
She made it so they're dry down strips the right way, and I had to go and ruin the first one.
No, it's fine. No, this actually is a very linear scent, so it's totally fine. Now, that one has the Flowerbomb DNA, but it also has saffron in there, which I think gives it a nice little bit of spice.
It's got spice, and it's got a little bit of jammy flowerness. Mm-hmm. Flowerness.
Flowerbomb.
Cheers. It's got a little bit of like a jammy rose or something.
Yeah, it smells like it has that traditional rose oud patchouli combo that's very, but the saffron, I love. Like, I love the saffron in there. And on skin, this smells really, really sexy.
And I can see it projecting nicely off the skin.
Oh yeah, no, this lasts on the skin for a long time. And I know a lot of people really love this, but I know the people who don't like this are like, womp womp.
Okay. That was nice.
Yeah. So this next one is one of the oddballs of the group. This is it's a niche house. It's called the Harmonist. And they have...
Never heard of it.
And they are in London and LA, or Paris and LA. And their stuff is kind of like a little bit conceptual, supposed to be feng shui, but fragrance. This one to me smells like what a cave would smell like. It's a love it or hate it.
You know what? This is one that you shouldn't smell up close like that. This is one of those that would probably leave a nice trail. An odd trail, but a nice trail.
I think it smells damp, a
Yeah.
little bit ozonic, but if you think of what mineral water might smell like, or like cave water, that's kind of what it smells like.
Yeah, there's something strangely nice about that. I can't tell you that I love it. I don't hate it either.
It's different. You know who loves this is my mother. She smelled this and she was like, oh my god, decant it for me right now. And I gave her a big decant of it and she loves it. But it's different. It's definitely got a different composition.
I'm laughing that your mom is asking for decants and that she knows about decanting.
Yeah. Oh, she's funny. Now this next one is Acqua de Parma Notte Colonia 2. I love this entire line, but this one specifically was a fantastic fragrance. This is kind of like their private line.
And a pricey one, isn't it?
Yes, this is $477.
I remember when I went to Bloomingdale's looking for something that I did want to buy and review, and I saw these and I didn't even bother smelling them. I was like, there's just no way I'm spending $500 on cologne. We have a little cat rumble happening on the side of me here.
John's like,
Come on, guys, be nice.
We basically told Carlos when he came over here, we're like, there's lots of cats. And he's like, I love cats. I'm like, there's lots of cats.
There are like 5 around me at the moment.
Yeah, there's 5 and there's 7 total, and there's 3 outside, so we have like 9 right now, like within.
My kind of house. There's all kind of cat kitschy stuff around. Kitschy cat stuff, rather.
Yes, we are a cat house. If you didn't notice, there's cats everywhere.
And they even have the infamous Felix the cat with the swinging tail clock.
Yeah.
2 of them on the wall.
We got a lot of cat stuff.
So to smell this one, which is this one? Is just called?
The Notte Colonia 2.
2. So they're all called Notte de Colonia.
Yes.
1,
and
2,
2,
3,
3, and 4.
Okay.
And they're supposed to get lighter and darker. This is their more vetiver dominant scent. Now, part of the price tag with this is also the presentation and the bottle and everything.
And the whole glamorous box.
It is.
And everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely you're paying for the experience and not just the juice. It's 150 ml at $477, which is incredibly pricey. But
what happened to 400? Did you say for 400?
477 for 150 ml.
Yeah.
So it is very expensive, but it's not as expensive as, say, maybe a 50 ml of Clive Christian or a 50 ml of Raja, but it's still expensive.
I like it.
I love it. I absolutely love the scent, but I think that a lot of people who...
Are you a vetiver girl?
I love vetiver.
See, vetiver has to be done the right way for me, and I could probably put together a top 10 vetiver, but I'd be very selective, and it wouldn't be the usual suspects that most people like.
No, like
this would smell nice, but I just don't love it for me.
No, that's fine. But I love this. This kind of reminds me a little bit of a more effervescent sycamore, but not nearly as memorable as sycamore. Like, to me, sycamore is one of my holy grail fragrances.
Well, sycamore is that beautiful smoky vetiver.
Smoky vetiver. It's a little bit damp, like you pull it right out of the ground.
Someone likes her moist notes. Sorry.
It's okay.
That was the last video that we said?
Moist. Yeah. I say moist in a lot of videos, and if you don't like that word, I'm very sorry.
Sorry to trigger. No trigger intended.
But this is kind of more a little bit dry, not as complex as sycamore, but I do really enjoy it. If you like vetiver, it's definitely worth at least checking out and sampling. It's worth. Awesome. So this next one is if you guys don't know, Kristin created this for me. It was very nice of her, and I had a little bit of input in creating the fragrance. And you actually tried this earlier, but you tried it kind of from the cap, and so I figured you could try it.
Is there any reason why you lowercase the she?
Yes, actually, the reason why we chose the lowercase she is we wanted it to be humble. We tried to think a lot
like you?
Am I humble, or are you being sarcastic?
No, you're definitely humble. You're too humble.
But
this is very interesting. This is dried down, and this is what I remember in the car from on the way when we went to the mall. It's got citrus, fire, smoke, and the zingy lemongrass that I think is really interesting, and I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it too. Now, I've had some people test it, and they weren't a huge fan of the lemongrass, and I think that
it's odd. It's like a heavy dose of ginger type of thing.
It is. It's definitely like a very lemongrass predominant scent, but we wanted this to be like a love letter to lemongrass. So there are some notes she could have added to the base to make it last longer, but it actually compromised the lemongrass. And the lemongrass is actually a vintage lemongrass from the 70s. So it's a very special lemongrass that she chose. So we wanted to make sure that lemongrass stayed. I feel like I'm using lemongrass so many different times. But it's definitely, like, if you don't like lemongrass, not for you. But it's got lapsang souchong, smoky tea.
I like that stuff. Is that where the smoke is coming from? Because I feel like it's like a little bit of
oud.
Oud. Okay, so there's a woodiness, there's a little smokiness, and there's that zingy.
Right. It's got gaiac wood and oud wood, and then for a little bit more smoke, it's got lapsang souchong.
So it's not. So where's the citrus kind of feel coming from?
The citrus feel is coming from the lemongrass, and she also
Okay,
did a
that's what I
lemon
thought so.
blossom accord with a melange of
cool.
different florals.
I do like.
I love it. And so this last one was very generously sent to me by a subscriber this fragrance didn't get a lot of love in her collection. She sent it to me, and I've just been adoring it. And it's from
New York.
in New York, and it's Dahab.
Dahab. This is one of my favorite ones.
Oh, good. So tell me what you think of this then. This was a very generous gift. I was blown away when she sent it to me.
Yeah, this is a pricey bottle. Dahab. I smell wood. I smell leather. I smell a little resinous quality.
I love it because it feels very dry, but not in a negative way.
Yeah, dry. Definitely dry. So I'm getting like, you know how leather could come
There's
out.
a variety of different, yeah. There's sometimes that's more like the suede velvet, more leathery velvet, leathery suede velvet, leather. What I like about this is it kind of smells like almost tanned leather, but without any gaminess.
Yeah, which some leathers can come off animalic. We don't have that here. This is very deserty.
Yes, I love it. I love that.
It's dry.
I like that a lot too.
I make up words, deserty
I
and
do
sardy.
too. Deserty sounds like a gourmand.
No, deserty.
Not
I would say
deserty.
deserty. That's gourmand. But this is deserty.
So yeah. So these are some fragrances I don't talk about too much on my channel. I think I've reviewed most of them, if not all of them. But the reason why you don't see these too much on my channel is the fact that either I talk about them too much, so I try not to overtly talk about them, or because I live in Florida, it's hard for me to wear these frequently enough so they don't really pop up in a lot of lists, because it's hard for me to say, wear this one for the summer, even though like we're sweating in air conditioning.
Can we talk about something like, I've gotten comments on videos like, if you love it so much, why isn't that used? Because there's so many.
Yeah.
If you saw our cabinets, and you guys have seen mine, and I don't know if you've shown you hers, but, or Steven for that matter, or
he said he has a crazy amount of
yeah,
bottles.
it's insane. You don't get to use them all, but that doesn't take away our particular love for fragrances, right, or knowing for when and when to use them. And sometimes there are things that we sometimes even save. I'm going to save it for, you know?
Or we wear something more for utility.
Mm-hmm.
Like most of my grab and go fragrances that I wear the most, I'm not as excited to wear as some of these. But if I'm going to be going to the grocery store and I'm going to be sweating walking 5 feet from the car to the grocery store and then going to the gas station, I'm not going to really want to wear this one or this one. I'm probably going to grab one of my grab and go fragrances like Light Blue or Gucci Bamboo, and those are the ones that get the most use. But if I lived in an environment, I would probably want to wear these and others way more frequently. So just because we wear something more than another, I think it's more for utility and less because we're really excited to wear this one every day.
So don't let the bottle
level
fool you.
Yeah, don't. And honestly, some of these too, like She, and specifically this one is crazy strong.
This is your own fragrance and you still haven't put a big dent in it.
Yeah, well, I have a travel size I go in. But the thing is you don't need a lot either. I mean, just because you like something, you don't want to overspray. Sometimes, like Oud Cashmere Mood from Francis Kirkjohn is one of my favorite oud scents. I made the mistake of overspraying that one day, and I wanted to just, like, rip off my skin. It smelled so bad. So, you know.
There is such a thing as too much. And, and going less is more sometimes.
Right.
Will probably.
Because something can get too muddy.
Yeah.
It's, you know, so I mean, don't look at bottle levels as, and sometimes like we'll decant, like my mom, I'll decant something for my mom, so it might look like I've used up way more, you know, just because we don't use through the bottles doesn't mean we don't love them and wear them frequently. So that was a good point to bring up. Boom. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed Carlos and talking about some of my favorite fragrances. Definitely, if you are not subscribed to Carlos, or if you do not know who he is, you've been doing this forever, so I can't believe anybody wouldn't know who you are.
Going on 4 years now.
Yeah. Check out Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. I'll link his channel below. Make sure to subscribe and check out his fraghead. And thank you guys so much for coming. If you like videos like this where I talk about some fragrances you don't see very often on my channel, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue doing videos like this, and I will see you guys next time.
Take care.